You were in a car with a bunch of friends and your car was hit by a careless driver. You find out now the careless driver doesn't have enough insurance to pay for all of your medical bills and your friend's medical bills and the damage to your car. What do you do now? Hi, I'm Frank Nunes. I'm a California personal injury trial attorney practicing in the state of California. Join me as we discuss the answer to this question. In California, there are statutory minimums or minimums required by the law that each driver operating a motor vehicle have. Those limits are $15,000 per person, up to $30,000 per collision for bodily injury, and $5,000 for property damage. In a situation where you're in a car with, say, 4 or 5 other people and each of you has to go to the hospital, how can there possibly be enough insurance under the careless driver's policy to pay for everybody's bills, let alone future medical care they may have? When that situation arises, typically the careless driver's insurance company will step in, grab everybody's bills, get a total of all the medical expenses that each party has incurred, all the wage loss, and all the severity. If one person is particularly harmed much greater than the others, the company may recommend paying out the per person limit. So in the example I described you, they would pay out the $15,000 per person limit to that one person. Then they would have the remaining parties and they would prorate or apportion that remaining $15,000 in insurance coverage based upon each party's amount of medical bills. If one person had half of the medical bills of the remaining people, that person will get half of the $15,000 in coverage. If one person had a quarter of those bills, that person would get 1/4 of the remaining $15,000 in coverage. This is why it's so important also to carry underinsured motorist coverage, which has been a topic of other videos in the past, and I won't discuss that here, but it helps compensate you for situations like this where the careless party does not have enough coverage for everybody's harms and losses involved in the collision. Consulting with an attorney can help make sure you get your fair share, can help you ferret out any uninsured motorist coverage or underinsured motorist coverage that may be available, and can help you resolve your case. Well, that's it for today's video on what to do when the person who hits you doesn't have enough insurance. By the way, if you found this information helpful, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Why? So you can continue to get fresh new content every time we post another great educational video. And if you have questions, I want you to pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your questions. I answer questions like this all the time. You can reach me at 559-436-0850. I'm Frank Nunes, and thanks for watching.